Louisiana Beer Reviews, Old Rasputin, the classic, revisited.
Revisited because of what we experienced last week and the barrel aged series that came out, and so we want to retaste the base beer, which I taste often because I think this is a world-class beer in its own. This is an Imperial Russian Stout. It comes at 9%. It's good. It's just got all your classic taste in it.
North Coast Brewing.
Yeah, right. You gotta love the picture on it. This guy's just putting his finger up like this is number one. It's a pretty awesome beer. So
Yeah, and he was a Russian, Rasputin. Now it's from California, of course. Russian Imperial Stouts were developed in Great Britain, and they would ship them in the 1790s, and they would ship them over to the Russian Imperial Court. That's why they call them Russian Imperial Stouts. You know, the Russian Empire, the Imperial Court, the Romanov dynasty.
So they would just show them respect to them.
And they liked them because it's really cold in Russia, right? And they want these winter warmers, which is basically almost the whole year in St. Petersburg, Russia. So 9%, Fort Bragg, California. Now, we had a little problem. Never say die, never say die. Okay. We had a little problem last weekend, I believe it was, with the barrel age, the XIX, the 19, right? And you could talk about that.
Well, I think the posted video speaks for what we experienced on that beer.
It's cork caged.
Yeah, the cork. I don't think they should cork these beers because it seems like every time I get something with a little off taste, the cork in it, it's because of the cork.
I never even tasted that last week. I wouldn't taste it. You tasted it. I couldn't get past the smell. I was like, no way I'm tasting it.
Yeah. This video and this review is in no means to bash the North Coast Company or any
we had no agenda, no axe to grind.
The base beer is totally fantastic. For some reason, that one just didn't come off right. It's not my first pony show or yours tasting the barrel aged in any beer ever made. There was some correspondence back and forth, and that was my consensus is that it appears as though the North Coast Company's response to the report of their beer not being up to par was along those lines. That they had to explain to me that their beers had butterscotch taste to them, and they wanted to know where I bought it from and all that. So it seemed to be kind of a negative response, and I don't want to comment on it too much other than the fact that I just merely wanted to report to them that what they put out was not as great as what I anticipated or what I drank the previous year.
And it wasn't a butterscotch issue or
no, it wasn't butterscotch at all.
It wasn't an issue that it was slightly off. It's that it was rancid. I mean, I don't mind little off flavors, but
whomever responded, I don't know. That's what happens when you have these online responses, these online conversations back and forth. Stated that their beers had been reported to have some butterscotch. I don't even know. I never heard of butterscotch being in any kind of an imperial stout barrel age, but
no.
But that right there tells me that they had some offness going on, and they said that they never had anyone report that it had some kind of metallic taste. And I was the only one that tasted it. And the last time, there was a local brewery here in New Orleans that put out a beer that had metallic taste to it. Right then and there, you know, when it has that kind of a metal taste to it, it's infected.
Well, I had the barley wine, the 2015 barley wine from Goose Island.
Great base beer.
Tastes like sweet and sour sauce.
Don't really know if I'll step out on the limb and get that barrel aged again.
I have never had a bad experience with Old Rasputin ever. The base.
I mean, it's fantastic
It's
beer.
one of my favorite beers. It's not quite as good as Norwal, I don't think. But I've never done a blind taste test between the two, so I probably shouldn't even say that.
Yeah. I think in some cases, some folks should put their feelings out on the limb. You know, especially when someone's just letting them know, hey, this isn't up to par. It's almost like if you don't agree that it's a superb or if it's fantastic or something, or if you have something other than say, hey, it's really great, then it's like you kind of get bastardized on by words.
Yeah. Well, I did read that email. You forwarded it to me, so I told you at that point. I said just drop it because it's no use. But that was a situation of just rottenness. But this one here is fabulous. I'm not picking up so much aroma. The aroma's kind of flat, but the flavor is so like bursting with dark roasted malts and the brown bread crust, and it has faint chocolate and faint cream. Right? Or that's what I feel like: faint cream, faint chocolate. Even like, you know how the Three Musketeers bar has that nougat, kind of weird filling? It almost has like a nougat, which is like a confection type thing for candy.
No, I'm not getting that. I'm getting a fairly balanced bitter note, which is good. Almost like a dark chocolate bitter, but
Yeah.
in a different fashion. I'm not getting any kind of sweet milkiness or anything. I think that's what you're explaining.
It is. But they're only using water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. I don't think they're using any kind of flavorings. And this was packaged on May 19th, 2017. It's got the date, guys, right on the bottle. We drank the DKML. That was an A+. I was saying 98 out of 100, but you know, you could make a strong argument that it's 100 out of 100, really. I'm just thinking. It's just fabulous. It's if it's not world class, it's right standing next to world class. This one is the same way. Now, a lot of people might say that's played out. That's old school. The world has changed. And I was watching a beer reviewer, and he was saying, he was talking about Duvel. He said, 5 years ago, Duvel was awesome and great in every way. But he said, but now time has passed it up, and it's not that good anymore. I said, I don't understand the whole concept of time passing something up. If it was great and fabulous, to me it's just great and fabulous. It's not like, I don't understand that whole time passed it up concept.
Duvels, your Chimay's, all those classic beers from Europe, really fantastic. This one's right up there.
Yeah, if I drank this
I'd give
25 years from now.
Yeah, I've aged this particular brand in a particular package for over a year, and it's just, it just doesn't lose it.
If I'm 74 years old, I'm going to say it's awesome. I mean, it's just, maybe I'm caught up in the past, but I don't think so. I just think it's a fabulous product.
If there's one thing I wish this company would do, is get away from the corks. You get away from the corks and the fancy bottles, and just turn that beer out in a 25 ouncer with a good pop top on it.
But I've had Chimay, red cap, white cap, blue cap, and they're all corked, and I never had a single instance of a problem. Never. No infection, no rancid smell, right?
Well, at some point, you got to start somewhere. If you're saying it's not from your production, if you're saying it's not from your barrels, then it must be from the corks.
One day we should go to World Market, because they have a huge array of corked beers and like specialty expensive beers like this, and some that are not that expensive but really elaborate and beautiful, and buy some stuff over there, because I think World Market has really stepped up their game in the last 5-6 years, you know, with what they offer. You know, 10, 12 years ago, everything they had was Heineken, Carlsberg, Shiner, Bach. They said that's their craft beer array, which is fine, but then they wanted to get into really much more ultra gourmet stuff. So to me, I think World Market's really impressive. Not to mention their wine and liquor ain't no shabby offering either. Talking about cost plus World Market, neither of us have any kind of financial connection to that company, we might add. We live in sort of a beer paradise here in southeastern Louisiana. We have so many places to buy beer. You know, it's like you can never run out.
Well, not to mention there's a lot of local breweries popping up left and right.
Right. So when people tell me I'd like to send you a beer, I'm always telling them, no, I don't do that because
Well, even when
I cannot run out.
You know, even when some folks kind of assume that we don't have taste buds for certain beers, or we don't have taste, we haven't tasties, or they just assume that this is just the first pony show per se.
Oh no, southeastern
not.
Louisiana, the New Orleans area is one of the premier
We're
beer
flooded
places.
with beers.
Yeah,
We've had lots of beers here. I mean, you know, for the love of God, people come here to party. And if you think we don't have our share of alcohol, beers, or haven't tasted our share of things and know what's right or what's wrong, then
And New Orleans is not a joke when it comes to hard liquor either. It's not like people are like novices with that. New Orleans has a history, a long history of hard liquor.
all I got to
And
say
even
is
wine.
to those folks, come on down and La Bonta Roulette.
Laissez les bon temps rouler.
What he said.
All right. Well, this is an awesome beer. I'm going to say, as always, it's a outstanding product. You know,
It's an A+, world
Yeah,
class.
You could say world class. Yeah, I would not, but I would say it's dang close.
I'm calling it world class.
And I'm saying outstanding. But regardless, for the price you pay, it's a winner across the board. So thanks for watching this video production. And y'all come on down to Jefferson Parish in southeastern Louisiana.
Down by the river.